Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Geeks of Glory. My name is Rillian, and this is Glory Roll, Geeks of Glory's attempt at D&D. We try so hard, and then these fools mess it up. On my left, playing Emmerich Sidar, is Pemmel.
I think we do a pretty good job.
Of course you think that. To the left of my left, Temeraire playing Ronin. And to my right, again, the only person sitting to my right, this is getting to be a thing, we have Arini playing Mistral. Alright, once again this week, our lovely dwarf, or at least hairy dwarf, couldn't make it, so we are short one dwarf. But that's okay, the party forgot to look around for him. They actually mentioned that after the last session, and wait, are we just okay that our dwarf has disappeared? I don't know. Are you okay with it? So, since last session, nothing has happened because we were waiting for you. But what happened last session was our band of adventurers here committed kidnapping, murder, and highway robbery. Except that there was nothing to steal. Well, no, you stole some things. We got at least a harmonica out of the deal.
Yes.
So, now that they are criminals, they are tracking a poor guy back to his barn and are trying to decide what to do now. Now, as I recall, you said at the end of last session that you wanted to go and look around the outside of the barn to see if there's another way in.
Yeah, canvas the joint.
Okay.
I'm looking for another entryway or anything that just kind of looks out of the ordinary, on the, maybe it's an old barn, but it has a one fancy door or, something that doesn't look right.
Give me a perception check.
That's 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, as you make your way around the barn, you see that it is pretty much, as described, an older rundown barn. You can see one spot where it looks like there's maybe access to the second floor. It's probably some kind of hayloft type.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have been able to load stuff directly into the second floor there. And another large door, probably for moving livestock in and out. Again, both airlock types. And then on one of the sides, so you've got the bigger doors on either end of the barn type thing, and then on one of the sides you see what looks like a single person type entrance.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all that you see, aside from small windows here and there.
Okay. When I make it back to the group, I'll convey all that information.
Okay.
I'll say, I think we lead smaller a smaller door, probably our way in, if we're gonna go in. Let's get a closer look inside. If he catches us, I don't know what we'll do. Eat him up, I guess. We're good at that, apparently. Obviously, we should try to not get caught, but yeah.
And so,
does anyone else agree that we should go in now?
Agreed.
See what we find, or should we wait for him to leave? Or it's 3 against 1.
Yeah. But he did go to the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Told him not to go to the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking our problem might be solved if we just kill the guy. Because then Melvin can't purchase goods from him anymore.
I guess. I don't like that idea. But not wrong.
And definitely feel like there's something sketchy going on with him. So wouldn't it just be for the greater good?
Let's use it as a last resort. I would prefer not to kill him if we don't have to. Maybe we can find some incriminating evidence against him.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna sneak in then.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we should do it at that side door if it's unlocked, because that'll be less conspicuous than opening this giant door that's right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you guys ever been through any kind of airlock type door before?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. I have.
Our characters would have though.
Yes.
Okay.
I have, and when there's a pressure difference, which is usually what is kept between things to keep air either in or out, you have to relieve that pressure first.
Mm-hmm.
This tends to make a horrific noise when you do so
Mm-hmm.
in a well-kept system.
Mm-hmm.
This system does not look well-kept.
There's no sneaking in.
Is that what you're saying? What are you saying if it's not well
I've
kept?
said what I said. I'll let you interpret what it means.
Well, he made the point to say that it... Well, how about when he closed the door the first time, did we notice any loud noises?
Well, other than large metal doors slamming too.
Yeah. But like...
You would have heard some like hissing noise,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but it was kind of muffled because it's inside to inside of the air chamber.
Yeah. So
You're outside of the big metal door, so
Yeah. So maybe there's no sneaking in then.
Wait for him to come out.
Now that I am remembering how airlocks work. Of course, I had a brief respite of...
for getting here into steampunk world.
Uh-huh. Should we wait for him to leave? I mean, he could just be in there all day and night.
I just wanted to make sure I equipped you guys with information here.
Well, if we're doing another stakeout, Ronan and I definitely need to sleep this time because we haven't slept yet.
You guys slept some. You slept in shifts.
Fair enough. But not
Okay.
enough for a long rest, right?
Yeah, you got a long rest.
Oh, then I have full health?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said you guys got a long rest. She never listens to me.
I thought that was only me.
No.
I thought it was
No,
only him.
once. No, all of you did.
Okay. I mean,
No, you're a little tired, but
a stakeout. Do
you guys do a lot of stakeouts. I'm just putting that out there.
I know. Well, we're trying to be. I don't know what we're trying to be. Should we just go in guns a-blazing?
Guns ablaze.
We'll take him out like a third time.
Wait, you have a gun?
No, I don't.
Damn.
Finger guns.
And then we'll look for evidence after we take care of him.
I'm gonna pull out my harmonica. Because otherwise, we're gonna be here all day with this stakeout business. If we already immediately make noise on the harmonica, we have no choice but to go guns a-blazing.
Alright.
Plus, I get to play my harmonica.
Alright,
This
Ronan.
bashed to hell, mangled looking harmonica.
Alright, we get the idea, Ronan. I know what you want to do. Let's just do it then. What the heck?
Okay, so
What's the worst that could happen?
there's a front door, a back door, and a side door?
Yes.
Everyone take one.
Okay, I'll take the side door.
Okay. I'll take the back door.
And I'll take the front door.
Okay. How do we know when to open them and go in? I'll just yell, I guess. Go. I'll just yell go. When you hear me yell go, we'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so we're all gonna go to our doors. And then, before I yell go, can I peek in a window and see what I see? If there's a window
Give me a
close by?
perception check.
9.
It's dark.
Okay. Go back to the door. Go!
So there's a handle right there that you have to push down on to
Uh-huh.
relieve pressure in the inside. If it hisses, you've got pressure, and you got to wait till it stops hissing to move this big door. Especially the bigger doors that the two of you are working on.
Mhm.
Yours, is, even the smaller one, has a lot of pressure on it. You won't be able to move it.
Oh.
So you push down on that to get it started, and you start hearing a hissing noise out of your two doors. You notice your handle goes down with no resistance.
Okay. I'm gonna swing it open then.
It's not moving. No, it's the lever that you're pushing on is not working.
Oh.
Or don't work.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna, try to pull on it, and it's not even, moving or anything.
It's slopping around in there. It's like there's a piece of the mechanism missing.
Okay. I'm gonna wait there, though, anyways. Because maybe it opens from the outside.
Okay.
Or from the inside, and I'll be there when he comes out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for now, at least. Is wait.
Okay. So the 2 year doors stop depressurizing. You're able to open that up, get onto the inside. Then once you're on the inside door, you've got to do the same thing. Both of them appear to be working, though yours starts sputtering. Just, it's not making the right type of sound. Something's wrong with the seal on this one.
Okay.
Is he going to get stuck? Oh no.
Yours finishes depressurizing first.
Okay.
Okay. You open it up to the inside of a dark barn. As you enter, you are struck with the smell of ozone from a poorly operating air scrubber and the musty smell of hay. Clearly, this was used for livestock before it was abandoned. Dirty hay leaves everywhere, and above you, you see an opening in what would be the floor above you to what appears to be a hayloft type area.
Okay.
Anyway.
Is there any torches or anything on in there? Any lights?
Nope. So far, it's just natural light coming through.
Which isn't much.
There's a decent amount, but it's fairly dark in here. The windows are kind of small, so there's a few pools of light here and there. It's not well lit in there. You're probably looking at dim light throughout, and especially as you just came in from outside, it's pretty dark to your eyes. You've got to take some time to adjust.
Do I see Harry McShifter?
No.
Do I hear Harry McShifter?
Give me a perception check.
8.
No, it is dead quiet.
Can I go back? And my door doesn't work, so can I go back to the window and see if I can see stuff?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
About this time, yours finally stops sputtering. It sounds like air has stopped flowing through the valve.
Is the door open? Did I get it open?
You can try it.
Okay.
As you try it, the door does open. It's a little sticky.
Okay.
Clearly, this door has not been used in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But you do manage to get it open. It won't open up all the way, but it's enough for you to get
Squeeze
through.
through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 17 perception.
You see now why maybe they're using the main big door to get in and out,
Mm-hmm.
even with foot traffic. You got a 17, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You see a little bit of movement inside.
Okay, but I can't figure out what it is, right?
With a 17, You do see two figures moving around in there, and you're guessing from size and location throughout the building that it's probably your two companions.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stay where I am for now until I see a third party or.
Is there a
Something
ladder
else.
to the hayloft? Or...
There is.
Okay. I'm gonna go up the ladder quietly.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Not a 5. It's a 5.
What are the odds?
Very
Off
small.
camera here, she rolled that dice 4 or 5 times and got 5s.
Is
Weighted dice.
that-
Weighted.
It's a 9.
You screwed up with the weighted dice. You get the wrong number weighted there. It's a 9? Okay. You make your way to the hayloft.
Do I see Shifter? Do I see hay?
Yes?
Do I see any other bodies?
No.
There are no people?
Not as far as you see.
Are there aminals?
Like I said, it looks like this barn was used quite a while ago, but it's not in active use, at least for livestock at the moment. And with your perception roll, you didn't see anything that makes you think active traffic through here.
Okay. I'm gonna look for another up.
Okay. As you turn to look, there is a ladder along one wall to go up to what looks like more or less a small storage shelf. It's almost a hayloft to the hayloft type. Probably just some dry goods and stuff kept up there, and or tools that are less often used.
Mm-hmm. So it's dry goods and tools up there.
You're actually proceeding over to the ladder. As you go to, you hear a rustling behind you, and somebody's attempting to grab you.
Okay, can I do a reactionary kind of whack with my...
You can do a dexterity save to not get grabbed.
Okay. Not a 5. Not a 5.
5 to do it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, for that then, yes, you can reactionary whack at the guy that is attempting to grab you. You turn around. This is not Shifter. It's someone else just attempted to grab you. And I would like everyone to roll initiative. Another 20?
No, a 5.
18.
Hold on. I'll ask for initiative here in a second. I just gotta get my notes set, otherwise. DM's problem. Always need more room. Okay, stop that. Okay, so initiative. Alright, so you said 18?
Yes.
Anybody beat that?
No.
What's yours?
11.
11?
9.
9? Okay. Okay. Okay, so at this point, go ahead and roll for damage because you managed to turn around and whack him.
8.
8 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Did I have you roll the hit? No, never mind. You got the 20.
Mhm.
That works. Okay, so... Eight points. That is okay. Fair enough. Ronan, you are first in initiative order. You hear a scuffle start going on upstairs, and somebody yell out in pain.
Okay. So, there are stairs that I can go up?
There's a ladder.
A ladder. Okay. So, I'm gonna go up the ladder. And... I guess... check out whatever the scene is that's going on.
Okay. at the time that you get up there, you see 4 individuals step out from behind hay bales. One of them has just attempted to grab Mistral.
Okay.
I have spinny screen.
Me too. I'm wondering if you pulled the power out of it. You want to go check him real quick? No shocker here. You're bottom of the turn order, so you got a few minutes.
Would it be a bad idea to cast magic missile inside of a barn?
No. It always hits its target.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to cast magic missile,
Okay. And what do I roll for that?
Those automatically.
they
hit,
automatically
Automatically
hit.
hit.
So you just have to go in and
I think it's D4 for damage.
yes,
Okay.
3d4 because you get 3 different bolts. You can split it up between different characters if you want. You don't have to hit the same one.
Okay.
But they all hit at the exact same time, so you do have to choose the targets.
Okay, so I'll target the ones closest to or Mistral.
The ones,
Like the
so
one
you
that,
want to hit...
the one that tried to
Okay.
attack her, and the other 2 that are closest proximity.
Okay, so your 3 individual targets.
Yeah.
Works for me.
7.
So 1 hits for 3.
Oh, one hits
One-
for 3, 1 hits for 2, and another 1 hits for 2. I think. Or do you
Okay,
add?
yeah, no, that works.
I believe that's it. I don't think you add any
I don't think I add.
bonuses or anything.
No, there's no bonuses added to it.
Okay, got it.
Alright, I'm having trouble finding the stat block I want, so that one will just have to be customed. Oh, hey, there's my note paper. Okay, so after that, it is actually their turn, and they're going to spin around now and see you coming up the ladder. The one that was actually attacking Mistral has dropped.
Okay.
You nailed him like right at the base of the spine, and he just kind of curls up and falls over. But the other ones have not. They turn around and see you attacking them, and they are going to. One's actually got a crossbow, and he's going to turn and fire at you.
Okay.
So let's see. That is no paper in the way. That's not going to hit.
Okay.
Another one that is actually a little bit closer to the ladder is going to come running over and attempt to stab you. And that's also not going to hit. I'm rolling really poorly too. Let's get rid of that dice.
It's okay, so are we.
What did you guys do down here?
I don't know.
I think it's this room now. Oh, perfect timing. So, the one that just hit you dropped.
And wait, 1 hit me?
The one that hit you before or tried to grab you.
Oh.
Got hit in the back by a magic missile and is now down.
Oh.
However, another one's coming over to try to get you.
Oh.
There are 4
Okay.
that have stepped out. 2 of them just tried to attack Ronan as he was coming up the ladder, but this is a 10 is not going to hit you. I am rolling shite over here. I don't think it's your dice. I think maybe it's this room. Okay, so yeah, the 3 remaining guys whiff it. So, one has a crossbow and fired at Ronan, missed. The other 2 have small swords that they attempted to attack with and didn't do so hot.
Are they humans? Are they shifters?
They appear to be humanoid, at least. It's kind of dark in here. On your turn, you can take a perception if you want.
Okay.
In the meantime, Emery.
Do I have any suspicion of that there is conflict? Was I able to hear
Okay.
anything? Was I able to tell by Ronan's actions, his urgency up the ladder or anything?
Roll me a d20.
Are you even in the building?
That's the problem.
Anything added to it, or?
No, just
8.
nope.
Okay. I can't see anything. What's going on in there?
I basically gave you a coin flip. It was a DC 10. Over, you would have noticed something, but okay.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they're fine.
I mean, are you still actively looking through the window trying to spot things, or are you just hanging? Okay.
Yeah.
Then give me a perception roll. We'll give this another shot and see if you can notice anything.
No, a 2. 2,
Nope.
5. So 5
Everything
total.
is absolutely fine in there.
Okay.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's dead quiet.
Guess everything's fine.
Okay. In that case, Mistral, it's your turn.
I guess whichever one is closest to me.
Okay.
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Six damage.
6 damage. Okay. You catch him square on the side of the head with your quarterstaff. See him kind of shake his head a bit, trying to collect his wits.
Can I follow through with a
Oh yeah.
kick to attempt to kick him down the hole?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Well aimed kick.
Sure. Called shot.
Ooh. That's a 24
24.
to hit.
You're purposely trying to throw him down there, right?
Yeah.
And we'll just do it this way for now.
I would say he'd probably need a dex save.
Yeah, he's going to take a dex save. My question is, generally, if you're like calling out where you're going to hit somebody or something, there's a disadvantage to it. But that's what made me stop and go.
Well, I'm not calling out what part of his body I'm hitting. I'm just calling out where I want him to land.
It's okay. He didn't make his dex save. So you managed to like step to the side and hook with your leg and just catch him around the neck and throw him back and down. So give me a damage roll because it was a kick too.
Yeah, I would have saw that, right?
I just love the image of you standing outside as all this is happening in the window behind you and you're completely oblivious.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's a 7.
That's a 7?
Plus whatever he got from falling.
Yeah. Well, you just saved me the... I was just going to look up the fall damage chart and you just saved me that trouble. Because your kick was enough to knock him out. They don't have a lot of hit points.
Apparently not.
We're probably murdering more hobos.
It was just a bunch of hobos that were sleeping here for the night, and you just happened to walk in. Okay. Ronan, it is your turn again. There are 2 assailants left that you see.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to bludgeon one of them with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
So that's 18 plus 2 is 20, and then...
That'll hit.
Okay. And then for damage, I'll roll again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh. There's a d6 that I roll? Or d...
Quarterstaff, it's a d6 if you're using it one-handed, or a d8 for two-handed. So it should be a d8 plus your modifier if you have one.
Okay, so I guess 4?
4 points of damage?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You catch him on the shoulder with it, and he comes at you again. And actually, it's their turn, so he is going to attempt to strike. Miss. So, kind of grabbing at his arm and slashes at you, but you're able to jump back out of the way. The one with the crossbow is now going to turn and try to shoot you with it. And misses horribly. And you actually hear him start cursing, and he drops his crossbow. He popped the string on it.
Oh. Cursing in common?
Yes. All right. So, with the end of that, that's all the guys that you see standing. But right about then, you hear a growl, and springing up from out of the shadows is somebody you do recognize. Fully fanged out, he manages to, in 2 jumps, jump onto a pile of stuff and then up into the loft.
So he was on the first floor,
He was.
and then he jumped. Okay. Did
2
I see?
floors? He jumped 2 floors?
He jumped up to the 2nd floor in
Oh.
2 jumps. There's a pile of stuff that he jumped up onto and then jumped up to the 2nd floor.
Gotcha.
And did I see that?
Since it's your turn, we can find out.
Okay. And I'm rolling perception, or are we gonna
Go with the perception.
I have a passive.
That's if you're not actively looking for something.
Alright.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's 18.
Yeah, you heard something in there now. You hear a bit of a commotion going on in there.
Well, I guess I'm gonna run from where I am to the side door. I think that one would be closer than the other one. So yeah, run over to the side door and go to unlock it if it's not locked or like sealed and stuff.
The mechanism won't move. There's a little viewing window so you can see what's going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look through, the door on the other side never got closed. It's impossible to open an airlock when the door on the other side has not been closed.
Okay. So
You can never regulate the pressure.
go continue
So
around.
you're gonna just keep sprinting.
Thwarted.
Yeah. To the other side.
Close the door!
To the other side of the barn. I don't know how far I would have gotten.
Yeah. You're not gonna make it this turn.
I would have used my dash, just
Yep.
throwing that out
Yep.
there, but
No, yeah, you're running.
okay.
I'm sorry, these are things that I put in before and I wasn't thinking like the group's gonna split up, but I'm sitting here going, okay, that's how an airlock works, so we'll make that way, and then you're just getting thwarted by all the mechanics I put in, and not on purpose. Okay. Anyway, Mistral, your turn. As he landed, the shifter turns and is spun, looking straight at you.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
I'm sure that endears you to him.
Did you miss me?
Anyway, what do you do? Just sit there and taunt him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so moving on then. Ronan's yours.
Who's closest to me? Is it fanged out?
Yep.
Okay. Going to attack.
Okay.
12.
Miss.
Damn.
He just kind of dodges to the side as you go to attack. Is that all you're doing?
You can still try to punch him even if you don't hit with your quarterstaff.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll attempt an unarmed attack.
Okay.
That's a lot better. 21.
21 will hit.
And 4. Ooh, 8.
8. Okay. Where'd my... Put my pen away.
FYI, that camera upstairs not working.
I got it working.
No, it's not on my end. It's just spinning.
Yeah, reload the app, crash it, and reload it. Anyway, okay. Ronan, your turn. You've still got 2 bandits staring you down.
2 bandits. Alright, I'm gonna try to smack one of them with my quarterstaff, whichever one is closer. So I got 7 plus 2. So 9.
9 does not hit.
9 does not hit. Okay. Oops.
We all have those days.
Yeah.
Alright, doing anything else with your turn?
I'll probably try to... Is there anything that I can duck behind? Like, there's nowhere to hide probably, right?
You can probably
hay bales?
duck behind some of the hay bales.
And also shout for Emmerich. He's bigger than we are.
As you attempt to do so, though, this guy's going to get an attack of opportunity. Because you're taking your attention away from avoiding his attacks to try to step behind something. So he's going to get a chance. Doesn't mean he's going to do it.
Okay. Maybe just shout for Emmerich then.
Okay.
Emmerich. Like really loudly.
You hear the muffled sounds of a bird squawking. You think possibly your name.
Yeah.
Good enough.
I'm coming.
Somebody just shut the damn door. Alright. In that case, it is their turn. So we've got the one guy that's on you currently that you just took a swing at. He's going to take a swing at you. And that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Versus your AC.
13. Yeah, it's above my AC.
Yep. Okay. That's a total of 2 points of damage that you took.
Okay.
Whiff. Alright, let's stop using those for a little bit. The other one's going to start coming running around. The one that dropped his crossbow, but it's going to take him a bit. It's a fairly large hayloft. Plus dodging around hay bales and stuff. But the shifter that's right on top of you is going to take his swing. And miss wildly, I imagine. Let's see, he's 14.
Misses.
That's with one hand. With the other, he is wielding 2 daggers at this point. So he gets a 21 to hit.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I was waiting for. I don't have daggers listed on this page. Oh wait, there we go. D4. Yep. Okay, that's going to be, I believe, it's going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And he did attack recklessly, so you will have advantage on your next attack against him.
Okay. What does that mean?
That you have advantage on your next attack against him?
Well, just recklessly. Was he like raging or?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially. He's flailing wildly, which gives him advantage on attacks against you, but it also opens him up to attacks. He's not caring about his own safety.
Gotcha.
He's full drawn on hit
Berserk
the
mode.
target, which he did manage to once. Okay. In that case, Emmerich.
Yeah, I'm gonna, once I get to the doors, or if I'm at the doors, open them, try to get in the barn as quickly as possible.
Okay. Luckily, this door appears to have been somewhat spring-loaded, so even though somebody forgot to shut it behind her, it's at least close enough that it's allowing you to get some of the air out. Okay. It's going to take probably a round to get through here.
Do both doors?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's all that I can do, so.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're actually looking through the little viewer hole too, and you can see that the other door is not quite sealed. And you're like, this shouldn't be working. It's probably only because this thing's worn out, but whatever. Open up.
Tapping my toe vigorously.
It's
Like waiting
unfortunate.
for the elevator to go up, you know?
I don't remember what movies I've seen that in, but those movies where, you know, huge fight scenes going on, and then they're all just standing there waiting on the elevator for it. With the
The elevator music playing.
Yeah.
then the door opens and that's kind of how I
Kick-ass.
pictured this going. What's that?
Kick-ass.
Oh, was that in there?
Kick-ass.
That
okay.
would totally make sense. But yeah, that's kind of how I pictured this going.
I'm kind of picturing Star Wars, the big battle with Darth Maul, and they go through that one spot with the laser beams,
Yes.
and yeah, and Darth Maul is like pacing back and forth, but Obi-Wan kind of sits down and is all like zen.
And you would be Darth Maul pacing back and forth, except you got to sit here and lean on this handle.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you can imagine pacing while staying in one spot, that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mistral, your turn.
This is a fun encounter.
I'm gonna attack with quarterstaff first.
Yep. I figured.
It's,
And at advantage.
is that Jack?
Don't read the side of the dice.
I don't.
Someone tell me, does that?
I don't
It's
think
like
it
7.
is.
No, it's 17.
Okay. I imagine that'll hit. I
Also,
don't think he has a huge amount of
Plus 6, so
You have advantage too.
Yeah,
go
you do have
for-
advantage.
go for the 20.
Yeah.
And the 1.
No, that's a 3. Okay, so 17 plus 6, whatever that is.
Enough to hit.
Da, 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 da. 7 points damage. While I whack him, I'm gonna say, now is that the way you greet a lady?
And you hit him for how many?
7 points.
7 points? Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of whip my quarterstaff behind me as I kick him.
You're gonna what now?
Whip my quarterstaff behind me as I kick him.
Just had to get her to do it again. Okay. Roll.
You also tossing your hair
25 to hit.
She flips her hair.
and
That'll hit.
you can try it for 20 again, but
Yeah, you can.
I can.
You have advantage on attacks against him.
20.
Okay. That means double dice. I see the first one you got was a 1.
Yep. One and 3. I only add.
You only add the modifier once.
Okay, so for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
always go for the 20.
Always go for the 20. I can agree with that. You hit him upside the face, whips his head around, and just coming out. Clearly not happy with the way you're greeting him. Okay.
Ooh.
He's just dropping toys on our heads. He looks like he's having a blast, actually. Okay, so. Bless you.
Bless you.
With that, we're back to Ronan.
Pretty good. 2 up still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One that's still, like, running over to you, and one that's right there in front of you. That's all.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit him with my staff again.
Okay.
Nice.
18.
Okay. That'll hit.
9.
9 points of damage. Yeah, you kind of go up with the staff like this, and you catch him right underneath the chin. You hear his teeth clack together, and he just falls backwards out.
Out the window or out the just knocked
out cold.
Okay. Great. A lot of concussed people in this game. That's all for my turn.
Well, you guys keep hitting them in the head. All right. About this time, the other guy's going to come running up to you. So he's going to try to get you with his sword and is going to hit. Let's see. He's going to hit you for a total of 7 points of damage.
7 points.
Comes across and just slashes across your chest. And then Shifter's going to go after you again. Again with the double dagger attack. That's going to be 20 to hit.
Yep.
And that's going to be even higher, so that'll hit too.
Both hit.
Yep. Let's see, where's another D4? There we go. $13 points of damage.
I have 4 hit points.
I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the type of guy that you should be soloing. Anyway, after that, Emmerich.
So I've made it through the doors then, and I'm inside the barn, and I'm gonna run up the ladder that I see to the second floor.
That's about as far as you're going to make it this turn. You've
Okay.
made it to the combat arena.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get someone's attention. You know, like, I'm here. Come and fight me instead of these little other people.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Just get up to the top of the ladder. Fight me! Okay. Mistral, your turn.
Natural 20.
All right.
2
Making up for all those
damage?
5s.
2 dice.
2 damage dice.
2 dice. 4 and 3. And so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points damage.
Okay. Put my pen down again and lost it. There we go.
Is he still frenzied?
Yes.
Ooh, I had load that check. It's a good thing I rolled that 20
I don't know.
first.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why you need to roll again there, but okay. But for the second attack.
5. 11 probably doesn't hit.
No.
Okay.
11, in fact, does not hit. Okay. At the end of your turn now, Ronan. You've got the one guy that's come running up to you and slashed you.
Yeah. Can I just try to evade this guy? Because I have like 7 points of damage left. Pretty
Okay.
squishy.
You go into, I believe, what is called a defensive stance, and they basically get disadvantage on their attack rolls, as I recall the rules on this.
Okay.
Do you have a player's handbook handy?
I do, in fact. Why?
I just wanted to look up something tonight.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I believe that will give him disadvantage. I could be recalling the rules wrong, but at least for now, we'll go with that.
Okay. Do I roll something?
No. Just you go into a stance specifically to try to avoid his attacks.
Okay.
So it'll put him at disadvantage when he tries to roll.
Okay.
So that means I will roll 2 d20s, and I take the lower of the 2.
Got it.
So.
Got it.
Yeah. And that's what you're doing for your turn. So he's going to go ahead and attempt his attack. And he actually got 2 fairly decent rolls, so he is going to hit. Yeah. Let's see. One of these. And he's going to hit you for 6 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay.
He rolled a 15 and the 17, so
Yeah.
just on the dice without adding anything. So
Okay.
he got you that time. Yeah.
Good.
And now for the shifter. I like having enough dice that I can just roll what I need. Shifter's going to miss his first attack against you, Mistra. But not his second one. You are going to take 8 points of damage.
I'm down.
And she's down. Are you looking up for defense against geeklings?
I was looking up what my key points were for patient defense and, something I should have used.
Yeah, probably. I figured you knew about your key points. I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure on how to use them, but I know they do stuff like that. Has not played a monk.
So if I'm negative, I'm dead?
No. So with the way that I do it, at least, I know this at least used to be true in previous editions. I'm not sure in current edition.
Okay.
But the way that I interpret it is, when you hit 0, you're just 0. Any negative doesn't count unless it's half of your total hit point maximum.
Oh, okay.
Basically, if something hits you so hard that it does that much damage to you, you're dead.
Gotcha.
Giant squishes you. I'm sorry, there's no coming back from paste, short of a hell of a restoration spell. There's certain points where you just got to say, nope, he dead, man.
Mm-hmm.
So no, you are just unconscious at this point.
Okay.
But on your turn, you will start doing death saves. Emmerich,
All right.
finally in it.
And I saw Mistral get dropped, right?
Yes.
Um,
Well, maybe we should have you do a perception check here. No, you saw it.
well, oh yeah, I'm gonna rush up to the shifter then and swing at him
Okay.
with my warhammer. Am I gonna get advantage on that? He's been recklessly.
Yep.
Well, that didn't really matter. 11 to hit.
Miss.
This is really bad. Well, how about I use my action surge so that I can make another attack.
Okay, go for it. Seems like an appropriate time to do so.
And no, I rolled a 1 and a 2 that time, so that will also miss.
Yeah. Tends to.
I'm a little out of breath, I was...
You just went sprinting around the entire bar.
Yeah, so... yeah. Probably don't have a bonus action either.
Breathe.
Yep, I guess that's it. I guess that's all that I can do.
Okay. Mistral.
I'm a valuable partner.
Oh.
Death save.
Okay, so how do I do this?
You just roll a d20.
14.
Okay, that is a success.
Anything higher than a 10?
Yes. So you mark off a success. And when you hit 3, you are stabilized.
Okay.
Basically, your body stitched itself up enough naturally that you're not dying. But you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Versus 3 fails, you dead man. Okay, Ronan, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit this guy.
You do have cantrips too, so spells that you can cast at will.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I have,
Scorching.
Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Prestidigitation.
Firebolt would do good.
Firebolt.
It's a ranged spell,
not
so
not at close quarters though.
that becomes the issue. Just wondering if you had like any of the touch ones.
These magic missile yet?
Yeah. The beginning.
And again, that's a ranged spell.
Yeah.
But long rest.
She just used it in the barn.
Okay.
kill the
one that
was
wasn't
attacking you.
down here when that happened. so-
Yep.
She damaged 3 of the combatants first round of combat.
Nice.
Took down the one that was attacking you. So, yes, magic missile has in fact been used.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a best bet, honestly. It's the quarterstaff staff.
Yeah.
So.
So I'll try to smack him with my quarterstaff. 21.
That'll hit.
9.
9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You managed to get this guy with a gut shot. Just gonna bring it up, right up into the gut, and you hear him go, and just fall over. You knock the wind
In
completely
the
out of
solar
his head.
plex, right?
Yeah, right up there, just right underneath the ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you just knock the wind completely out of him.
Hate getting the wind knocked out of me. It's such a terrible feeling.
Yeah, I haven't had it in years, but
Yeah.
no. So he is down for the count. Anything else you're doing in your turn? Okay. And we're back to the shifter. He's going to turn on you now and attempt to
Fair. That's
stab
fair.
you recklessly. That's going to be... I guess I can stay on this page now that he's the only one still up. It's going to be a 15 to hit.
Miss.
And that's going to be a 19 to hit.
That's my AC.
That means it hits.
Okay.
Basically, AC is the number you have to get.
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to get you with that. And a slash. And that is 7 points of damage.
Okay. Not doing that?
That is all he's doing. So yes,
Okay.
it'll be your turn. And you do have advantage.
Yep. Hit him with my try to hit him with my warhammer.
Fair enough.
19.
That'll hit.
Nice.
All right, max damage. 11 points of damage.
11 points.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything else you're doing?
Nope, that's it.
This guy's beefy.
I remember him being kind of tough. Yeah. And there was 4 of us, not 2 of us. And then a third one that came later. Anyways, yeah, I'm just. Go on. I'm done. That's my turn.
Okay. Mistral, another death save, please.
5.
5. Mark 1 failure. Ronan, your turn again.
Who's left? The shifter guy?
The shifter. Currently locked in combat with Emmerich.
I'll try to smack him in the...
He's like completely on the opposite side of the loft from where you're at.
Oh, so could I just try to avoid him then?
You could, or this would be a great time for something like Firebolt.
Firebolt?
He's at a range,
Yeah.
so you're not going to take any penalties from that.
Okay.
And you can attempt to ping him, basically. It's a ranged attack, so you roll your d20.
Okay. Oh. 8.
I think. Hold on. I just had a thought that maybe it's a dexterity save.
I don't think so, but.
I had this horrible feeling, so I'll double check. Firebolt. Make a ranged spell attack. Okay, so yeah, you did right. So what's the number for it?
So it looks like it's your d20
Oh,
plus
6 plus
5.
5. Oh,
Yeah.
11. Okay.
11? Okay, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
That whiffs off to the side.
Okay.
Ooh, potentially very dangerous in a hayloft.
Yeah.
This could get interesting.
Flammable.
I guess we'll see. All right, his turn again. He's going to come at you again, Emmerich.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 17 to hit.
Missed. 21 hits though.
Yeah. So that's 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And now it is your go.
Go at him again with my warhammer.
Oh yeah.
21.
That'll hit.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'll do a quick second wind as my bonus action. Heal 1d10 plus fighter level.
Okay.
Gonna heal a total of 4 points.
Fair enough.
You know,
It'll get you through like another half a hit, you know?
Yeah, I caught my breath, so I'm feeling a little...
I feel better than that guy.
Yes.
Okay. Minstrel. Other side, please.
Not a 5. Not a 5. It's a 6.
That's another fail. That's another thing you can do is try to get over and stabilize her.
Okay.
Somebody needs to stabilize her. Oh, that's true. You can. We use these tokens in the game for players to attempt to change their fate. There are consequences, though, if this goes wrong. So, she has turned in one of her tokens for the night in an attempt to change her fate. Give me a d4 roll. 3. You can either choose to hand me your other token as well, or you are going to take a penalty for it. Nobody's rolled the 3 yet on the d4. So you're the first. You can either take the penalty, or you can turn in your other token. Okay? So, you can use the d20 without a penalty at this point. Here you go.
Did we ever re-roll that after the last time? I guess we'll know.
If it's a 20, then no, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
Okay.
Hey, we didn't. Go for it. Use the 20. You succeeded. That counts as 2 successes. Please re-roll it now, though.
Yeah, okay.
Woo, 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 woo. Nice try.
So that's 3 successes then.
Yes, so you are now stabilized.
Yay.
So now she doesn't need you to go running over there, but...
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet! I'm trying!
Not quite dead.
Okay, so yeah, you are stable at this point. Now you're just waiting to get hit points back.
Yep.
Ronan. This group needs a healer.
How do I do that? Let's see.
You don't have any spells for that, I don't believe. You'd need somebody that specializes in that, or health potion to shove down somebody's throat.
Yeah.
Which I believe there is one in the group, however, you are not the one in possession of that. So unless you want to go feel up the mostly naked half-elf Genasi looking thing.
I think I'm just trying to avoid. I'll be defensive
Fair
for
enough.
the moment.
Okay, you're just taking a defensive stance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is where you stuffed it, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought that's where you said, okay. Anyway, then it is the shifter's turn. Sorry, Emmerich. I'm not trying to kill the party, I swear. That's 20 to hit.
Yep.
And that's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Or no, that's a 22 to hit. Either way.
Yep.
So that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Okay. That's 0 hit points.
Okay.
for me.
You fall unconscious.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Mistral, you're unconscious and have made your death saves, so you're okay. It's down to you.
Shoot. Okay.
Do you have any big spells in there? What do you...
Do I have really stupid? I have comprehend languages.
It's not stupid. That can come in useful, just not in combat.
Not right now. Hideous laughter, not gonna help us.
Actually,
It could.
Would it help us?
Tasha's hideous laughter. It's hilarious. It's the best.
Yeah.
Basically, you tell him a really bad pun.
And he laughs hysterically.
I mean, he becomes incapacitated.
Tasha's hideous laughter. Creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if this spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, become becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less isn't effective. At the end of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on saving throws if it's triggered by damage. On a success, the spell ends.
So you could incapacitate it basically long enough to, help us or
Let me try them.
something else like
Yeah.
that.
Alright.
So if you want to do it, you don't roll anything.
Oh,
You tell me what your spell save is. It should be at the top of your spell chart. Next
Oh.
page.
13.
Okay.
And then mark off
That's a wisdom save. Yeah, he does not succeed. So as he turns towards you and starts booking it around the hayloft. Just starts running around the top edge of it. He just suddenly starts laughing and curls up into a little ball and ends up slamming into some hay bales. And you just see the hay kind of fall over on top of him, and you just hear from under it just this uproarious laughter. Somebody is dying with laughter at this point.
Okay. Cool. Well, alright then. I don't think I'm going to do anything else this my turn unless...
Well,
is there
this,
anything I can do to help these guys, or is that really
yes,
it?
you can head over to Emmerich. He needs stabilization at this point, essentially.
How do you do that?
You would go over and make a medicine check. However, in the meantime, it is going, because she did do a round of combat, you would have had made one death save before she gets there.
Yep, okay. 2. So that's a fail.
That's a fail. So, when you get over there, you can make a medicine check.
Okay.
So roll a d20. You have a medicine stat there. You would add that to it.
11.
Just a flat 11?
It's 6 plus 5 for medicine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you succeed. He is now stabilized. You basically bandage up his wounds well enough that he's not bleeding out. However, they are both currently unconscious.
Okay. Could I do a medicine check on her too, or is
She's stabilized.
she stabilized? Okay.
So at this point, we're just waiting for them to come back to consciousness, kind of like you were with the people you tied up.
Yeah.
They're basically in the same kind of state. You do keep your death saves
Oh,
until a long rest.
okay.
So if something were to hit you again, you could theoretically progress further toward death.
Okay. Do we know if... Oh, I mean, I'm
I had 3
unconscious.
successes.
So that's why you're stabilized now.
Right, but you said I keep my death saves.
Yes. You keep the death saves. You keep the fails marked.
Okay.
Well, I'm unconscious, so I can't do anything.
So, Ronan, it comes up to you at this point what you want to do while the shifter's over laughing in the corner.
I don't think I'm big enough to try to drag anybody out of here, right?
Probably not. Especially not him. You might be able to manipulate Mistral around because she's smaller and lighter.
Could I try to wake him up?
You can try. I guess give me another medicine check.
Okay.
Considering what this is.
22.
22?
Mhm.
Okay, for that I'll definitely... You get a hit. Roll me a d4 for that much.
3.
3? You're up with 3 hit points.
Woo! I'm awake.
So, we'll go with that. So now what are the two of you going to do? You have limited time at this point. You know your spell doesn't last forever. And in fact, he's going to get a save.
We should probably try to
It's
get
not safe.
Emmerich out, right?
Yeah. How do we do that from here?
You'd have to get him downstairs and through the airlock.
Okay, well there's no stairs. There's a ladder. Is there a pulley with a rope?
Yes, there is.
A quick slip knot, wrap it around his waist. And I'm gonna need your help.
And at this point, the laughter stops. Good timing there, little one. It sounds like that, but a lot deeper now over in the corner. No. At this point, you hear that you two look over and see the hay moving to the side. The shifter comes up and shifts again. Apparently, while laughing, he shifted back, but now he's back enraged.
Okay.
Did I at least get him down?
You've got him tied up. That's as far as you've made it with him.
Okay.
So we'll start, since he just stood up. Emmerich, you're unconscious. So, Mistral, your turn first.
Okay. I'm gonna try to whack him.
Okay. So you're going to run around and...
As much as I can run.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a 25.
That'll hit.
Oh, wait. But I get advantage, right? Because he's raging?
He didn't recklessly attack this turn.
Oh.
So he's not opening himself up yet.
Okay. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage?
10
Nice. You see with that he staggers quite a bit, trying to keep his feet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end it.
Oh, wait, you said 10 points of damage, not...
Not what?
I wrote the wrong number, that's all.
I'm not metagaming.
No, it's okay. Remind players of their abilities and stuff. They forget. It's like, remind me of mine, too. No, hey, wait.
15 to hit?
15 to hit?
Under?
That'll hit. Will she end it?
5 points of damage?
Alright. You hit him, and you catch him upside the jaw, and you hear his teeth clack together. And he turns, and you just see blood coming out of his mouth, but he turns and looks straight back down at you. His eyes just bloodshot at this point, staring you right in the face. He ain't happy.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to use a key point
Okay.
for Flurry of Blows,
Okay.
which I believe is 2 attacks.
That sounds right.
I think you get 1 extra unarmed attack.
Yeah, I think it ups you by 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think technically that I think what it is you do your regular attack and then you take Flurry of Blows as your bonus action, which would have given you that 1 attack that you already did, and then this attack. So that's where you're getting the 2 attacks from, and we're getting the 1 additional.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
24 to hit.
that'll hit. You don't need to roll. I mean, you can if you want to.
It's max damage.
It's max damage.
8 points.
1 hit point left. You see him stare down at you like that, and you just open hand, slap him across the face, and he falls over in the hay. And he's unconscious. You see the hair retract again. He's face down, so you can't see the teeth retract, but you are successfully out of combat.
Alright. Just barely.
And you've still got Nemric hanging from the rafters at this point.
Well, he's tied up. He's not hanging.
Hanging from the rafters. Yeah, pretty much. I just pictured the under the arm sling just...
So you said there were dry goods above me, or where they would keep dry goods
Where
above
they
me.
would keep dry goods. You haven't gone up to check specifically.
Can I go up and take a peek, see if there's any healing potions up there?
Sure, you can go up and take a peek.
I'll go up and take a peek.
Okay, there are sacks of something up there.
Sacks of what?
You gonna cut into them?
I don't have a knife. I'm going to go steal the dagger off of Shifter Guy
Okay.
and cut open.
Okay, a white powder comes out.
Do I know this? Do I recognize this?
Yeah, you might. Give me a nature check.
Is it
Or-
flour?
Or animal handling, if you have that. I'll let you use that instead.
Animal handling.
Because it's used sometimes with different types of farming. So either
Intelligence
nature
or
or...
wisdom. Let's go with wisdom. That
Okay.
would be that's a whole 6.
That's a whole 6?
That's a whole 6.
You're not sure. Your tongue starts burning. And not in a good kind of way, like you just ate something corrosive.
Oh.
Okay.
You take a point of damage.
Damn.
Hoping it would be.
Don't eat that. Wait, stuff is not cocaine.
You two are sitting down there. What the hell's cocaine?
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm not.
Are you still unconscious?
I'm still unconscious.
Is there any vials or anything, or just sacks of this white shit?
Just stacks of that up there.
That's it.
Yes.
Nothing else. Well, shit. I'm gonna search bodies. Are there any health potions on the bodies?
Well, I guess we'll figure that out after the break. It's break time for us. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back with you guys shortly. We just need to check on Geeklings, refill drinks, use the restroom, and then we'll be back. For you guys, pretty much no time will pass. For us, give us like 20. All right, and we're back. So, you were just starting to explore the barn, as I recall. You were eating a strange white substance. Always a great thing to shove in your mouth without questioning it further. And now, or you were checking the bodies now, I think is what you were moving to do.
Yes, checking the bodies for potions.
You're still unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to be doing?
Okay, I guess I'll look around and see what's in the dry goods as well, or did we already exhaust the options by looking at the bags?
Up that ladder, that's all there is. There's still the barn below you, and you guys are in a hayloft. Not saying there's not anything other than that here, but that's all you've seen so far is hay up here.
I guess I'll head down to the barn and look around there.
Okay. Give me a perception. Or, sorry, investigation.
Investigation.
Because you're searching for things.
13.
13? Okay. You see around you what appears to be different stalls for keeping different types of livestock,
Okay.
feeding troughs and things like that. There also seems to be a tool room. It's an attack room, so any kind of bridles or bits or anything that they need for horses or other tools for moving around livestock. Strangely, it's painted red, but that seems to just be a thing.
Is there a first aid kit in there or anything?
You could certainly take a look for that. Yeah, as you poke around, you do find what looks to be a small first aid kit. However, it's not in very good repair. Some linen bandages types. You could bind up some of your guys' wounds.
Okay.
But nothing that's going to like instantly revive your friend here.
Okay. All right.
Somebody used some of the stuff out of it and didn't restock, you know.
Yeah. All right. We'll just tuck that away for later then.
Okay. And now you were coming back down to
Search the bodies.
search the bodies. Give me an investigation.
7.
7?
Yes.
You find some lint. No, you don't really find anything of use on these guys. A couple small pocket knife types. You find their weapons. And you find about, we'll say 10 copper between them.
Life savings.
Well, we beat up hobos, so what do you expect? I mean,
Unconscious men tell no tales.
Alright, well then I suppose if there's nothing on them, I'm going to investigate the hayloft.
Okay.
That's better.
17.
17. You find piles of tools over in one corner. Looks like mostly implements for moving hay bales around and or distributing it to the different animals. You do find that there are some, it looks like trapdoor type things in the floor that would open up. You open one of them and see that it just leads into the stall below. So apparently this is for feeding some of the larger animals. They could just throw hay down into the thing instead of having to move it in individually.
We have a cranky baby.
I can tell this. Think he's hungry?
Probably.
Okay. I guess we will go get the baby some food and we'll be right back again. Okay, and a diaper change and a bottle later, and we're all set, I hope. Okay, so let me see. You had just rolled to look at what was in the loft, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
So you found over in one corner tools mostly to handle hay, probably move it around, possibly even some rebaling equipment type thing. And then you found that there are trapdoors that go down into individual stalls. Probably small. It's not like people can crawl through type trapdoors. It's more like they could break off some of the hay and throw it down that way. So it happened to throw it down to the first floor and then carry it over to each stall, and then so more just an efficiency thing.
Smart.
Mm-hmm. That's about all you find up here.
Okay.
Just hanging like a character.
Yeah. Let's, I'm gonna attempt to lower him down.
Okay. You can do that.
Okay.
There's a block and tackle setup that's made for handling like hundreds of pounds, so you're easily able to overcome his weight and get him down. Takes a little bit, but
I'm not that heavy. I'm a little heavy.
she's also not farmhand level type strength. She's more dexterity, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
little offset there.
That's why I was looking for a pulley and a rope.
I was surprised you just weren't looking for a pile of hay underneath. Just
Boom. This isn't 7 days to die. You actually take damage if you land on hay. Well, actually...
potato, potato.
Let's stick with this method.
Wait a minute. He shouldn't be out. If he's invincible to damage...
It only lasted for a minute.
Oh.
You guys traveled for further than that. And he wasn't invincible, he was resistant.
Whatever.
Sorry.
It's fine. I've kind of forgot about it.
You unfortunately didn't tempt fate close enough to the barn. It took a little bit longer to get here, but
Mm-hmm.
anyway. So yeah. You are now successfully down on the ground floor.
Yay me.
And on the ground floor, there's what?
Stalls and attack rooms so far as what Ronan has found.
But this is just a barn.
Mm-hmm. Appears to be.
Like, this does not look like a warehouse where there is goods being stored to be sold.
Do you want to investigate the first floor?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing?
Investigating the first floor.
In what way?
In the way...
I think something finally clicked.
Is it possible for me to tell if this is an illusion spell or something?
Okay, something did not click the way I intended it to. Yeah. I guess give me an Arcana check.
No. That's a 7.
This is a barn.
It's a barn.
There is no magical illusion here as far as you can tell.
Okay. I'm going to try to search for trap doors to either like a cellar or someplace where
Okay.
someone might hide a large amount of possibly stolen goods.
Okay. Give me an investigation for that. Anything else you're wanting to do after finding the first aid kit?
I guess. Have we already checked like the entire perimeter of the barn? Like I've checked every room, or every level and every.
You've
nook
checked
and cranny.
between the two of you. You've checked every level. You haven't like searched every nook and cranny. You've looked around on the first floor, standing there, going, "Oh, hey, look, there's stalls. Oh, hey, there's a room here with tools in it. Okay, that's about as far as you've gotten."
Is there a way to like feel around for like any like hidden seams or anything like that?
Sure. She's checking for trap doors. If you want to roll an investigation. So as you're searching around in the main area, I guess I'll wait for her roll because I can.
11.
Both of you. You got an 11. You got a 11. Okay. You find these doors that lead into stalls.
You don't say.
Other than that, you're not really finding any like secret or trap doors any place in this.
Okay. Can I go into one of the stalls and look around in the stall?
Sure. You want to start checking all the stalls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Checking all the stalls.
Most of them are empty. Some of them still have leftovers from what was ever in there before, whether it's food that had been thrown in but never eaten or previous residents' leavings. However, as you get to one of the ones at the very end, the two of you find a very clean stall, except for what appears to be a large tarp covering something. You take 20 points of... No. As you lift it up, there are boxes and crates under it.
Okay. Peek in boxes and crates.
Okay. So as you pull back the tarp, you start to realize that this is a large store of goods. Well, I say large store. It's a moderate store of goods.
Okay.
It looks like maybe whatever stock had been in this room is starting to dwindle, but that this is where they were possibly storing and organizing.
Is there any kind of mark on any of the boxes or crates, like a maker's mark or something that would tie this, I don't know, this shipment or whatever?
Sure, give me... Jeez, I don't even know what type of check to make that. I guess give me an intelligence. Just go with that.
15.
Okay, it's like they took away things like Streetwise, so... 15. There are definitely some marks on some of these boxes and crates. However, they're kind of assorted locations and places. So it's nothing that gives away too much. It's more like, oh, this one's from,
This such and such liquor store or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So it could be their suppliers. So
Right.
even if they're buying this legitimately, there'd be a mark on the side of it. Hey, you bought this from Sears. Boy, that's out of date. You really got to update my notes. No. No, but as you guys start investigating, you notice on the side of one of the boxes, there's a note pinned to it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hand that to you guys.
Ooh.
I can't look at it.
There's 2 notes here.
Oh, well, fancy that. There happens to be another one pinned up behind it.
Oh, okay. It says, "Boss, to get supplies on that kind of time frame, we will have to hit Rivermoon again and hope we have not wiped it clean."
It's Rivermore.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was purposely doing kind of sloppy handwriting for, somebody that's moving goods, not a penman.
If you want better supplies, I need more time or another crew. I still want to go hit some other places. The markets of Fairfield. I can't read this next word.
Some of it blurred with your aging process that I did.
Right here.
Fairfield,
Marked.
Marked,
Um,
and Busham.
Give it here.
So sorry. No one can read my handwriting without my trying to.
Modeled.
Model.
Moded.
Model. Or Modil, excuse me. And even Luxem.
Those are all town names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our shirt is a great bounty. If we don't move soon, though, the best stuff might be gone. Signed, Talmot.
You said this was underneath it?
Yes.
Alright, Talmot. Our supplies are dwindling. I need your next run to return in 3 days or less.
Yeah, there's clearly like he wrote 5 and then scratched it out.
And none of the shit you got last time. I can't even tell what
It's
letter that is.
it's not a letter. It's a crudely drawn mark of some kind.
It looks like a banana.
It's actually supposed to be kind of a stylistic claw type. Or fang, possibly.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost like a shifter frame.
You guys can keep all of these. They're evidence for you.
Evidence.
Or whatever. I took the time to make them.
Did we
Dedication.
Did we show the camera to the?
We should.
You want to show it on yours?
Sure, I can.
They're nice.
I tried to age them. It was kind of a rush process, so the pen that I had unfortunately started bleeding, but I think it kind of
I think that
lended
adds
to the
it.
effect, yeah.
Looks
Maybe they got wet, type of thing.
The rain
Like
dripping
they
through the
were-
barn or something.
Yeah, could be. Anyway, so you guys find that on the, nailed to the, or tacked in some way to the side of one of the crates. Clearly where it could be found by somebody uncovering this and going through the goods.
Okay.
So it was put there on purpose so people would see it.
Okay. Is there health potions in these goods at all?
Hmm.
I'm gonna be rummaging.
He's just staring at you while he does that.
You.
Give me an investigation.
Do you want to also look for them, maybe?
Ooh,
Yeah.
19.
Oh, I might not need to.
Go ahead. Let's just see what you get.
What are we rolling for? Investigation?
So
13.
13? Okay. Between you guys, you find a lot of mostly dry goods type stuff. You find some more shirts, some bolts of cloth, a couple sacks of grain. It looks like they were running low. Like, especially going along with that note, their supplier needs to hurry up. But you do manage to find, in a small box kind of out of the way, a couple of different potions. They're not labeled, though, so you're not quite sure what they are. You find 3 that are red, 1 that's got a bit of an orangish tint to it, though, out of those 3. Another one that is a blue color. And then 1 that is yellow. And that's all you know.
So what if I'm proficient?
I'm just saying they're unlabeled, unmarked.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop them up and start.
Okay. So you're going to have to take a little bit more time with some of them. The orangish tinted one out of the reds smells a little off, like something's not quite right about it. It's definitely, it could be a healing potion, but something's not right. So you kind of want to put that to the side. The other colored ones, no idea at this point. It's going to take you more time to ascertain what they are. Yeah. The 2 red ones, you are fairly certain are some kind of health potion.
take one. The
Okay.
smaller of the two, if they're
No, they're about the same size. They're small size.
swig it.
Okay. You're down in the whole thing?
Yep.
Roll a d4.
4.
Okay. You get, I believe it's 5 points, 5 hit points left, or back.
Sweet. Okay, so that one definitely was a health potion.
Mhm. You have one left that looks identical to it.
Okay, I am going to go shove it in the mouth of Emmerich.
Okay. You roll a d4.
Hey, 4.
Nice. You get 5 hit points back and wake up
Morning, sunshine.
as he's still dangling from the rope.
What? You got me down here?
Yep.
Nice. We also got, I'm imagining we beat the...
Yeah.
Okay, good job. So, the doors were locked. Or I had to wait for the doors to open. It's a long process, as you know. So that's why it took me so long. Okay, sorry. My door didn't open at all.
He's looking at you so judgingly right now.
I know. My door didn't open at all, so I had to run around to the other doors to get in. That's what happened. Just so you know. What do we got? What did I miss?
These.
Okay. I'm gonna take them and read them over.
Also, I'm sorry. I know you ordered health potions, but I kind of stole one,
Okay.
and I kind of stole the other to give to you.
Alright, that's alright. They went to the people I intended them for anyways. I want to go look at the supplies also. I know we've already done all that, but just for
You were unconscious for it.
for my character to go through.
Yeah,
and
go
do the
ahead.
same
Give me an
thing.
investigation.
And I want to look at the clothes. See if I can find more embroidered names or things like used. You know how we
Okay,
found
yeah.
on the one piece of clothing. And I want to look for. I would have looked for the other things that they already did, but the one thing on top of it. Investigation.
Mhm.
18.
18.
Yeah.
As you go rummaging through stuff, you do find one piece of clothing in there that definitely has some kind of tag sewn into it.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have been a manufacturer's mark or anything.
Okay. And I'm reading these. So it looks like they're definitely stealing. It looks like different towns. Right, we would have known that Fairfield and Model and Modiel and Busham,
Luxem.
Luxem, are towns nearby.
These people can't read.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are towns. They're a ways away.
Okay.
The one thing they all have in common. Well, hold on. Before I start giving you guys this kind of information, give me a history check.
13.
17.
20, 30, 20.
Which is it, 20 or 30?
No, 30, 20. So unnatural 20.
dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you now. You all know that these are towns out to the east a little bit further. They all have one thing in common, that they are around this one mountain in particular, which is kind of still a haven for natural area, which is, as you get further east, is a little bit more common. But still, you're in an area where a full forest like that is kind of rare at this point. Most of them have been cut down to be used for products. But they all surround this mountain, the Mountain of Goats.
Mountain of what?
Goats.
Goats.
Yes.
Evil animals.
Okay.
But as far as you know, people don't tend to go into those woods for one reason or another. but the villages are all smaller, either production cities, kind of like the one you guys just came from, or but on a slightly smaller scale, or farming towns.
You said more natural, more nature.
You get more nature as you go further east.
Yeah. Less need for like your masks and stuff like that, or it's still okay.
Most of the really heavily industrialized cities are along the coast.
Yeah.
And or further. I got to do my geography here. And or further north.
Never eat soggy worms.
But I'm trying to remember this map that's only so far been drawn in my head.
Okay.
It's still very rough. But the further north you get, the more technology you start seeing. So the more industrialized things will get.
North.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I mean, I think that this is all the evidence we need. We could take some of the supplies with us, a couple shirts and things, but we got to go to. I mean, I don't think we should go to the City Watch because we're probably wanted people at this point. But we can go to other people. We can go to someone and we can tell them. I mean, we attacked these guys because we have a reason to, and this is our reason. Tell Melvin about it. Tell the Merchants Guild. Maybe that's the people we should go to. But we probably should not stay here for longer than we need to. So let's grab.
There's a groaning upstairs.
Let's get the fuck out.
Do we?
Let's go.
We're gonna leave him. We'll leave whoever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
leave
all right,
him.
that's right. Yeah,
Leave.
all right. Let's
Leave.
grab a few things then, that we can take as like evidence, right?
Okay.
The shirt that I found with the marking on it, these notes, maybe a few other knickknacks that look
You hear scuffling upstairs.
stolen, and I guess we're out. We're gonna go.
And I still have the vials, right?
Put the tarp back down before we go.
We're gonna get out of Dodge though.
Yeah.
As you guys go, you kind of look back as you're closing the door, and you see the shifter starting to stand up, leaning on one of the rails.
Bye.
As you close the door.
Bye. I guess we're gonna. Are we running back to town? I think we should probably run.
I think we should run.
Probably.
All right. We're gonna run back to town. Back to Merchants Guild.
Sure. It's him. He's farting.
What time?
Sure, blame the baby.
What time of day is it at this point?
You're getting on to early evening at this point, by the time you guys run all the way back to town.
You're getting me in trouble.
Closing time, or not quite yet?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Shops tend to stay open longer.
Mm-hmm.
Official buildings will start closing soon, but stores and stuff stay open for the evening walk that everybody seems to take.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we want to try to run then to the Merchants Guild.
Okay. As of note,
Mm-hmm.
two things really. Running in this town is going to be difficult and inadvisable.
Okay.
Difficult because of the number of people that are walking around
Yeah.
and carts and things like that. Inadvisable because, as you guys have suggested, possibly wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And running around tends to be suspicious.
Yeah.
So as we've now exited the barn and it is full of hay, could I possibly try to set it on fire, or is that a bad idea?
You can try to do it.
Firebolt, when it hits anything not living or not warned by someone living, can catch things on fire if it's flammable.
And the shifter is still in the barn.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might want it for evidence though. But
Oh.
if I can say that before you, like if I see you starting to get ready to do it, I would say that. I don't know if it's in time.
Or even if she fires it off and hits the side of the building, you'd have a minute to go up and pat it out because Firebolt's not like Inferno.
Yeah, or Fireball or something.
It's a small burn
Yeah.
that starts spreading. So
Okay. Either one of those is what I would do then. If I can get it off before you fire it.
So, I would be very obviously preparing to do this for.
Mhm.
it takes you less than 6 seconds to get a firebolt off and
Alright.
run someplace. So
Alright, so I'm gonna.
it wouldn't take you long. You don't roll to attack a barn.
No, that's right.
You can hit the broadside of a barn, it turns out.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Well, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Then I want to go pat it out.
Okay.
We might want to leave it for evidence. Leave the barn and the supplies in it
Okay.
for evidence. So I don't know if we should burn it up yet.
Burn it!
On fire.
Not yet. Maybe soon.
You then realize you have smoke coming up of you.
Well, I'll pat that up.
Stop, drop, and roll.
I'll stop, drop, and roll. And then we would run to the edge of town, as far as we can run. And then we would walk.
Okay.
Briskly. I'm taking notes, but everyone else can keep on.
So you guys were heading to the Merchant's Guild?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the time you're getting there, it is getting towards closing time, so you only have a little bit of time in here. But as you make your way inside, you see some of the same clerks moving around behind the desk.
What is the Merchant's Guild gonna do? We probably shouldn't have gone here, but that's okay. When we get in, is the guy who we spoke with the last time? Is he here?
I think wasn't this the? This was the lady that you got, or the one you weren't quite sure whether it was a man or a woman.
Yeah, the
As I
one that
recall.
we made do a whole bunch of things, right?
No,
Oh,
that was
no.
was the town hall
That was the town
or
hall.
the
Yeah,
the Hall of Records or whatever it was.
yeah. This was just the one she said you can't look at complaints, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if there's a line or anything, I go up to the front desk, try to get her attention. The lady, his or her.
It's the same person sitting there.
Okay. I don't know if I have.
Well,
any for her.
hello again.
Yes. Hey, you remember us? Well, I would like to report a vendor or a supplier that I believe is stealing from other towns and selling it off to the merchants here. How would I go about reporting that? Who would I report it to?
You could either report it to the town guards or you can report it here.
And if I report it here, what actions would you take?
We would file a formal investigation and delve into the truth of this complaint. If it turns out to be criminal, it will be turned over to the authorities. If it turns out to be a violation of guild law, we will press the charges ourselves.
That's very good. Okay, good. These types of things, can be time sensitive. This isn't just gonna go into some waiting list, right, to be looked at in a year or something. There's some urgency, I believe, to this matter.
All complaints will be handled in the order in which they are received.
Okay.
Are you filing a complaint?
Just go to the guard.
Well, guard.
Okay. Well, I think you should look into it, but we're gonna take this to the.
If you want us to look into it, you need to file the form.
You file the form, I'll take the evidence.
Can you give us the form and we'll bring it back to you maybe tomorrow?
For official complaints, you need a Charlie stroke 921 stroke 7Z Delta 5 2 stroke 21 Charlie stroke 0. She hands you this huge stack of papers.
Thank you so much. You
need those in triplicate. She hands you 2 more.
Okay, then I will put those in my stack. And you've just been a delight. Thank you for your time. And I may come back and just to talk because you're that much fun. Okay, and then I'll leave.
Wise guy.
Yeah, and then I guess we're gonna go to the town hall, not the town hall, but the guard outpost or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There are several like guard outpost type things, police stations essentially that you can go up to. You go up to the front counter of one of them. There's a town guard standing or sitting behind the counter, just kind of reading like a newspaper or something, not paying much attention.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
We have a situation, a very intense situation.
I'd say we have a situation.
So,
Reaches down under his desk.
Oh.
can you please hear us out?
You got about 5 seconds.
I'm gonna pass over these papers. We found these hanging up in a barn where we were told to you see, we're new to town and we took this job where we were trying to investigate where certain merchandise was coming from. Well, we followed this vendor to a barn with clearly stolen goods from smaller towns that he is selling to merchants.
Clearly stolen goods. Try giving him more of the bottle.
I'll also hand over the
Sorry, everyone. Cranky baby.
the few things that we took with us. So I'll show them that this shirt, whatever, had a name tag on it. This was in the supplies, along with these few other goods.
Okay. Now, I'm in a bit of a conundrum here. Because you see, you lot match the description of a group of bandits that ambushed a wagon the other night. So I should hold you for questioning. And then you hand me these notes that could have been written by anyone. So they were hung up in a barn. And tell me they go along with stolen goods. You hand me a bunch of clothing and say, these are the stolen goods. But this note says nothing in any kind of way that is incriminating, other than we need to get good goods. We need to move before they're gone. Complaining about needing more personnel. Wait. Fair? No. He pulls out something and is looking through some records and starts shuffling through some. Where did you say you found these?
It's a barn outside of town.
Where exactly? Could you mark it down on a map?
Yes.
Yes?
I wouldn't be surprised if there were reports of stolen goods from those towns. Or worse.
Hang on a moment. He turns and heads into the back room. A moment later, a guy that comes out that's wearing a red rope around his shoulder on top of his guard's uniform comes out. You're the lot that found these?
Yeah.
What do you know of this? Answer quick.
We were requested to investigate goods being sold at an unreasonably low price, and that the goods could be stolen, or how the goods came to town.
You were asked to do this.
Yes.
Yes.
Officially?
We we were
Speak up. Were you asked officially to do this?
by the city itself. No.
Do you have a quest glass?
Oh yes.
Give it here. Freaking questers don't even. He put something onto the bottom of it
Mm-hmm.
and is now holding it up.
Okay.
He hands it back to you. The town's mentioned in this place. We haven't gotten reports of stolen goods out of there. We haven't gotten reports of anything out of there. The cities have gone dark. What?
They murdered the whole city?
I don't know if they're.
We'd hear something if it were murder. Even an entire city wiped out wouldn't do.
Things cut off communication or something. I don't know.
We haven't been able to get any kind of communication or return from them. Who's your quest giver?
Sure.
That lousy son of a gun running quests out of here again. Sure. Didn't? No. Anyway. Report back to him. Have him come to me. And he hands you another... It almost looks like a smaller quest glass. And as you move it slightly, you can see like an official badge type number in it. Or a shape with a number in it. He'll know where to find me. He always knows where to find me.
I don't believe that the man that's behind all this.
Speak up.
He's still alive. His team might not be.
Do you know who it is?
Don't have a name.
Describe him.
He's a shifter.
A shifter. Where's the bowler?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not capable of something like this.
Well, he's capable of cutting nuts up pretty bad.
He's a thug. I'll give you that. Fortunately for him, he's able to keep his hands clean enough that I can't put a lot of dirt or enough dirt on him to lock him up for more than a couple of nights. Even the kinds of bangs and bruises that you have gotten, I probably couldn't lock him up for more than about 6 hours. Red tape. It's wonderful. However, he's not the kind of thug or brigand to make an entire city disappear. I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's profiting on it. Because that's his way. But he's not capable of this. Anyway.
Well, we'll go.
Go find Shore.
Do you want me to show you on the map where the barn is?
Yes, here. And he slaps a map down. Just mark it and go. I will... Sorry, the little one is messing with the camera I've got up there. He just turned it. Anyway, just mark it and go. I've got to get a squad together for this.
Okay.
Stolen goods were...
He is climbing off the chair to do so. That's not good.
I'll mark it down.
Oh, he got down.
Yeah, and...
Stolen goods were in a stall. One of the last stalls at the end.
I'll find it.
Okay.
Go. I've got to get this taken care of.
Okay. We will do that then. Leave the guard post and start headed back to Evil Boot.
Yes. That is where you found Sure before.
Yep. And just post up if he's not already there. Just wait for him.
Okay. He is not there. And as you wait, he does not show. Evening has come on. Time for drinkers to be around, and Sure is not there.
I'm gonna go to the bartender and ask for Shore if he or she has seen Shore recently.
The man behind the bar. Oh. Haven't seen him in a few days now. I think the last time I saw him in here was the night you guys talked to him.
Do you know where we can find him?
Yeah, right here at the bar. Almost every night. But, again, not since you lot were here.
Where does he live?
Sure. I'm not sure he lives anywhere. Well, I'm not sure he keeps a permanent address. He's more the type to find a place to slumber for the night. Not vagrant type, but staying at a friend's house or staying at a friend's house, if you catch my meaning.
Do I have any co-workers in the city that I know of?
Well, you remember that this bar is run by...
Right.
Okay, so it is a very similar, and you could probably get favor types here if that's what you're looking for.
I'm just looking for his favorite ladies. Or his favorite friends.
Well, see, that's the thing with Sure. He's shifty like that. Between you and me, it is not like him to not be here. It happens occasionally, for a night. Possibly he got himself locked up or something, though he usually is pretty good about avoiding that. For him not to have been here for several nights, unless he's out on some kind of task or something that we haven't heard of, it's not like him. Do with that as you will. Unfortunately, I've got paying customers, so I must get back to them.
Yes.
If you have further things that you need, a drink or something, I'm more than happy to help. But for now, duty calls.
Thank you.
He's walking down the bar and starts serving people.
Should we go back and tell the guard that? And
Probably.
so it doesn't look like we're just skipping town or something like that?
Yeah.
We didn't get a name of the other guard, right? We just know he's got the red sash.
Right. I'm assuming
Rope.
he's the
Rope, yeah.
captain.
Probably something like that, yeah.
You basically have his card.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The quest class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a quest class. It's not the same thing, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you basically have a way of identifying who you're looking for.
Yeah, I wonder if my my friends in the criminal den would know anything. They, from the description that the guard gave about Shore, seems like he might get into business down there. I also asked him to look into this for us also.
One of the young waitresses comes up and tugs on your arm a little bit. I guess not sleeve. Tugs on your arm a little bit. Did I hear you asking about Shore?
Yes. What is it?
Well, I may have been listening where I wasn't supposed to, but... And I don't know much, but... I heard him mention something about Rivermore before he left.
Any idea of what he's doing in Rivermore?
I don't know. I don't know that that's where he went or anything, but that's the last thing I heard out of him before. We haven't seen him again.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't hand me. I'm not that old.
Well, she's clearly one of the younger ones that's probably still in training, so it's not unusual for them to show deference to someone that is fully trained.
Rivermore?
Yes.
Having looked at that map earlier, when you were marking the barn, you could have taken the moment to realize too that Rivermore, out of the cities that were listed, is the closest of the cities listed.
Okay.
Walking, it'll probably take you a couple days to get there.
Well, maybe I think we should still tell the guard, but if we are gonna go after him, which we probably, well, I guess we'll tell the guard and see what he says. But if he wants us to go after him, we should, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the.
Before we leave, I'm looking around for a dwarf friend. Is he around? Okay.
Well,
That's the guard too.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna make our way back to the post.
Okay.
The same guy there that we spoke to the first time.
The
Not the one.
the
with
desk clerk type.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting there again.
Hi, we're back. Yes, we match the description. Well, we just went over this. You went back and you got your captain, the one with the red rope.
Takes it. Oh. Just wanders off without a word into the back after handing it back to you.
I don't think he's very bright or observant.
Okay. Maybe. I guess we should probably lead with that from now on. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Anyway,
It's probably really dark up there.
no, I turned the lights on for him.
Oh, okay.
But the way he's turning it, he keeps turning on the nightlight filter. So I'm seeing in black and white right now. Anyway. Yeah, so after he goes into the back, a couple minutes later, he doesn't come back out, but the same guy with the red rope. Now you got me saying sash. Thank you. The red rope comes out. Sure. You're not sure. You were supposed to go find Shore.
We were looking for him. He's been gone.
Been gone.
Yes.
Meaning?
He's not in town. Or I assume he's not in town. The people that would know said that they haven't seen him in days, and that is unlike him. And one of... I have it on good authority that he has gone to Rivermore.
Why would he go? Just freaking. First noise out of Florentia, now this. It's just.
What was he doing in Florentia?
No. Shore wasn't in Florentia. There's unrelated business, I'm sure, out of Florentia.
What's going on in Florentia?
Nothing. Anyway.
Please, sir, it's my home.
It appears like the underground is stirred up there. The criminal organizations out of there have become more active. They seem agitated about something. I'm sure it's just another lockdown by the local city guard there has got them riled up, or some new bill that's about to pass. I'm sure it's nothing, but it's causing turmoil out here too. Now, back to the business at hand. Look, I don't have the men to spend the time to send out to Rivermore, nor do I have the jurisdiction, technically. I do on rare occasions, but for that I need more evidence.
We can go get him.
I was hoping you would say that. I am one of the few people that can do this. And he reaches under the counter, and you see a quest glass, but it's actually blank. And you see him take it and shove it into that device that he had earlier. He holds it up to his mouth and whispers something. Takes it back, looks at it, pulls off the device. If you want a quest, and he slid it across the desk at you. There's one for you. I want to know what's going on in these cities. Rivermore's the closest. That's where I'd start. There's more, though. Rivermore's not the only city that we haven't been able to get any word out of. We also haven't heard anything from Talinar, Fairfield, Modil, Sandville, or Luxem. Any and all these cities that you could investigate would be wonderful.
Can I ask for a favor?
What is the favor?
Can you provide us horses?
He takes the quest glass back, clicks it back in. Puts it back on the desk. It won't get you free horses, but it'll get you cheap ones. I don't have the kind of power to give you free horses.
Now we apparently match descriptions of bandits or of something like that.
I'm going to chalk it up to part of the quest that you were on and leave it at that.
So it won't be a
Don't
problem.
let it happen near my city again, or I'm going to be the one investigating you.
Fair. Yes, yeah. Okay. Thank you. We'll be on our way.
Very well.
Also, you happen to have you happened to see a hairy shirtless dwarf running around with a pick bow in his hair?
I've heard something of that one, but I haven't seen it myself.
Okay, well, if you do, could you lock him up for us? We just want to make sure he's safe. He gets a little rowdy when he's drinking.
Wonderful. The dwarf decides to take his shirt off and get drunk in town.
No, sometimes it's not just the shirt.
I don't need to know this. Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
As you guys turn to leave, he actually picks up what appears to be like a mic type thing. And he starts talking into it.
I'm going to pick up the glass.
Yeah, he waits to do this until you guys actually start leaving. But as you walk out the front door, there's actually some kind of speaker or something built into the side of the building that suddenly starts broadcasting. It carries, but it's not loud. So it can be heard a long distance, but it's not like, because you guys are standing right under it, that you've got to plug your ears. So clearly some kind of magically amplified signal or something. Designed to carry. All points bulletin. All points bulletin. The currently wanted individuals have been cleared. All points bulletin. All points bulletin. Be on the lookout for a shirtless, pantsless dwarf with pink bows. That is all.
Guess we'll...
That'll work.
Okay. And from here, you guys will go to... you activate your quest class and are able to find the stable that he's giving you a discount at.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, horses would cost you a pretty penny. We'll do a discount. I'll figure out exactly what that's going to be between sessions. But you guys, at this point, hit the road on your way to Rivermore, and that, I believe... yes, is where we're going to end it for this session. We need to get food and get ready for boredom at this point, because that's what we film after the second session here. But we will be back, as far as you guys are watching, next week with even more content. Hopefully our shirtless dwarf back by then. Hopefully the actual player has his shirt and pants on, but I guess we'll see. We'll be back with more content then, and we'll have to see where this adventure takes us. Until then, thank you all for watching. May all your days be glorious and full of geekery. Have a great night, everyone.
See ya.